66, the veteran Mel Kenyon, and outside 21S, Don Schilling. And out back, quick qualifier, Mike Fedorchak. So 11 cars for 10 laps, only 5 to make tonight's main event.
McCune holding the inside groove. She outruns Todd Sears through turns 1 and 2 down the backstretch. Schuyler runs third. Mike Schuyler, that's Fedorchak fourth in car 61.
Once again, the faster cars at the back of the pack will be charging. Jim Hettinger looking down the bottom of the backstretch, this time by.
See Hettinger, 3 deep over in turn number 3. Everybody comes out of it. Okay. Now you see the faster cars. One in particular, the car 21, Don Schilling, current series point leader in the black 21 up to 4th spot. Make that 3rd spot now as he gets around Mike Schuyler. Also right behind him, Jimmy McCune. McCune is your 2nd place man in the NAMARS Auto Value Midget Point Series. Sarah McCune out front.
Rapidly improving young driver, 17 years of age, is Sarah McCune, and she continues to lead down the backstretch.
Here comes Schilling and company. Halfway through the event this time, halfway.
5 down, 5 to go. Hettinger diamonds the corner, and he'll battle for 4th with Mel Kenyon. Now Schilling with a run.
Schilling with a nifty move inside of the young lady. Along comes McCune. That's Jimmy McCune. 2nd. 3rd now is Hettinger. 4th, Ryan Newman, and Sarah McCune is 5th.
Mike Fedorchak. Mike Fedorchak on the charge from the back of the pack. That's your 5th and final transfer spot. Sarah McCune, Mike Fedorchak around the outside.
I stand corrected, that's Mel Kenyon in that 4th place car, not Ryan Newman. And now Sarah McCune is split from the top 5. So if things hold true, she will not transfer. As Mike Fedorchak, your fast qualifier, is up to 5th spot.
Schilling receiving the white flag. Jim Hettinger trying everything he knows about the Columbus Motor Speedway to find the advantage. Schilling holding the low line.
Your winner, Don Schilling. Jimmy Hettinger runs 2nd, 3rd goes to Jimmy McCune. Mel Kenyon is 4th. And your 5th and final transfer car, Mike Fedorchak.
Pay him off as he goes down the front stretch. Your winner, the 21S, Don Schilling. Capturing tonight's first NAMARS Auto Value Midget Series heat race event. We usually stop him on the front stretch. A lot of action yet to come. Jay Manson in the 18M car. Outside, 46 Indianapolis, Ted Hines. 3rd row, 38, Danger Dave Baumgartner, and the 23 of John Lucas. 4th row, inside, the 2, Bill Luce, Monticello, Indiana, and outside. Out of Valverde, California, Jay Drake in the 9 car, 4th row outside. 5th row, Richwood, Ohio, the 0, Larry Gibson, new sponsor for Larry Gibson. Just found out about this. The Wax Shop and Hyperlube, new sponsors, just signing on tonight with Larry Gibson. And outside, the 3K Racing Stable entry, 62, that's Ryan Newman. And out back, J.R. Armstrong in the 56 machine.
So again, 11 cars.
This heat race brought to you by the fine folks at Kalamazoo Packaging Systems, RJS for Racing Equipment, Higman Racing, Autocraft Engines, and where it's at.
10 laps. Your NAMARS Auto Value, 2nd heat race. Saw Teddy Hines miscue just a bit Teddy Hines did not pick up the pace right off of turn number 4. And caution on the Speedway, a false start.
In NAMARS Auto Value Midget Series competition week, so BJ Manson up front. Green Racing.
Dave Baumgartner slips underneath BJ Manson down the front stretch. Bill Luce up to second, but he switches places with Baumgartner on the backstretch. Now, Bill Luce, your leader.
A rejuvenated Bill Luce as of late. This young man came on at Toledo and Michigan Ideal and has been tearing apart the competition lately. Really doing a nice job with the underpowered VW.
VW's in the top 5 spots. Your final transfer car at this juncture is Larry Gibson, but now Gibson about to knock Ted Hines back 1 notch.
The wheel in the air, Gibson takes over the 4th spot. Now Ryan Newman takes over the 5th and final transfer spot. Ted Hines out.
J.R. Armstrong trying to draw a bead on your leader, Bill Luce. Armstrong from Zanesville, Ohio. Luce from Monticello, Indiana.
J.R. Armstrong back of the pack. 11th starting spot, now on the move halfway. Manson off the pace down the backstretch. He'll pull in.
Now we see Jay Drake. He's moved up 2 spots in the last couple of laps. Drake, your California car, will go after Larry Gibson down the front stretch. Your California driver, Jay Drake, trying to get into that feature.
Richwood, Ohio native. Larry Gibson trying to hold on for the 5th spot. That's the battle. Armstrong now in command.
Drake trying to slip inside of Gibson. They touch wheels down at turn number 1. Your leader is J.R. Armstrong. 2nd, Phil Luce. Ryan Newman 3rd. Dave Baumgartner 4th. And 5th is Larry Gibson.
Armstrong stretching the lead off turn 4. The battle still back for your 5th and final transfer spot. Last week, Larry Gibson blew a set of heads up on the Saturday night. Todd stayed up his father and put new set of heads on so he could win at Toledo. Now he's battling for a transfer spot tonight.
White flag that time by. 1 lap to go. Your winner, Bill Luce is 2nd. 3rd, Ryan Newman. Dave Baumgartner is 4th. And 5th, Larry Gibson. So Drake and company will have to depend on the last chance race.
Once again, autograph session coming up directly after we get these cars back to the pits. Larry Gibson, your 5th and final transfer spot, will be there. Come and take a look at the Flintstone Fire machine that he and his
Midgets and the 27 late models in the pits. It's a mite crowded back there.
Yeah, there's not exactly a lot of room. In fact, if you folks are familiar with the quarter midget track, there's a couple guys that may be able to test over there because they're fitted just about on top of it at this point.
Parked over in the grass, in the back 40, as we affectionately call it here at the Speedway. We're ready to do battle for the NASCAR Winston Racing Series Limited Sportsman Trophy Dash. Your fastest 4 Limited Sportsman qualifiers on at it for 4 laps. On the pole, in car number 2, your current point leader in the Limited Sportsman division. This is Don Gregory Jr. Alongside, the car number is 86. He is a 2-time feature winner this season. It's Mike Holland. On the 2nd row, his first Trophy Dash appearance of 1995, Bobby Justice. And on the tail, a familiar face with fast time, his 9th fast qualifying effort of 1995, Jerry Jones, the American Cities Driver Education Thunderbird. 4 cars, your fastest 4 Limited Sportsman qualifiers for the NASCAR Winston Racing Series Limited Sportsman Trophy Dash here on Kellogg's and Jiffy Lube Night at the Races. Gregory and Holland pick up the pace over at turn number 4. The green is out. Gregory with 3 Trophy Dash wins so far this season. Mike Holland trying to hang on in that 2nd group. But now Bobby Justice nips away on the inside of Holland. Justice, a perennial heat race winner. He has scored 5 heat race wins in 9 appearances this season. This Saturday night, he's in the dash, and Gregory begins to pull away. Halfway through this 4-lapper, it's Gregory, Justice, Jones, and Holland. A white flag will await Don Gregory Jr. Justice now back there trying to deal with the fast qualifier Jerry Jones. Jones again right up behind Justice. Your winner will be Don Gregory Jr. Bobby Justice comes home second. Third is Jerry Jones. And Mike Holland rounds out the trophy dash here tonight in the Limited Sportsman Division. We have a message for Wally McDonald. Wally McDonald, you're to call Tiffany. I wonder if that's Tiffany's. Wally McDonald, call Tiffany. So,
Dining room.
could need a shower curtain.
That could be it.
Okay, here we go with the Limited Sportsman first heat race.
Up on the pole, the 06 car leading around this time. That's Jeff Laudermilk. In the 12 car, Tracy Brickner will be on the outside of row number 2. Then the 89 car will follow through. That of Herb Pennington. The 3 car, Ron Holbein Jr. going to fall up into place there. Next we would have the 35 ride. Tom Idle in 35. The 10 car, Steve Scott, moving into place as well. The 22 car, rolling in now, Don Parsons in the Ford. McCulley in car number 27, Jimmy McCulley. And the new man, starting towards the back, Arnold Scott in 74.
Again, tonight's action is sponsored by Kellogg's and Jiffy Lube. Race fans, when you're shopping for your family's breakfast needs, please remember Kellogg's and how it supports NASCAR racing. Make Kellogg's a part of your NASCAR lifestyle.
Jim Paul looks him over, the green flag. Laudermilk in a hurry up front, trying to take the lead as they go down into turns 1 and 2. Brickner on the outside, looking for a way around. Some of the slower cars dropping back to the back here. You can see off the pace quickly. Holbein way off the pace and going slowly down the back straightaway. Going to have some challenge because early on, Herb Pennington trying to make a move. Pennington at 89 trying to get up with Laudermilk in a hurry. Some scramble from the back. Tom Idle at 35 looking sharp. Cars continue to roll around the Speedway, and it's Laudermilk out in front. Pennington in the number 2 spot. Idle in the number 3. As they come out of turn number 4, Laudermilk way up high. Pennington would like to close in some, but can't do it. But now Idle going to be up on top of him in a hurry. Down the back straightaway they go, and Tom Idle gets the challenge now as Donald Parsons brings the big Ford right through the pack. Parsons now in 4th, it's halfway home. Anybody's race as they still continue around and watch Idle once again going to work on Pennington. Idle in 35, trying to find a groove on the high side. Donald Parsons in 22, puts it down on the low side, takes over 3. Parsons at 22 coming from the back to the back. Donald Parsons now gets on the outside of Pennington, trying to take over that number 2 position. He's going to do so on the back straightaway, but he's got a lot of distance to get up to Jeff Laudermilk. Laudermilk leads him out of turn number 4. Heads down the front. But the laps are dwindling down. Does he have enough time? Freight train style down the back straightaway as Laudermilk still your race leader. Parsons running into the 2 and closing the gap. Once again, Laudermilk seems to be going up high. One more time around the oval will be over, and Parsons doing everything he can to close the gap. Also watch the battle back there for 3rd, 4th, and 5th as they all run very, very close. Parsons now with a big try on the low side. Can't quite do it. Pennington will get then after that, we're going to let the scorers decide it. As Idle and Scott both very, very close. And his first career checker flag. How about a round of applause? Car number 06, Jeff Loudermilk. Great job, first time ever. Carrying that flag around, and I am sure this is a happy crew back there in the pit area. And Loudermilk trying to find a gear now and get this thing rolling. He wants that victory lap.
Loudermilk's car sponsored by Danny's Midway Tavern, Cantley's Racing Parts, Sine Wave Company, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Smith Brothers Auto Sales, and All City Auto Wrecking.
And folks, we always tell you these guys are out here. Yeah, they're running for points. They're running for...
56. His second appearance of the season is Paul Baker Jr. alongside the car number 8. The driver is Tom Abram. In the second row, car 30, Bill Hundley. Hundley with a 5th place feature finish last week, a career best. Alongside in car 20, that's Mike Brown. Randy Sward starts inside of row number 3, and alongside in car 4, Brett Oakley. Then from Coshocton, Ohio, Bobby Allensworth, alongside your defending track champion Jimmy Kidd. Then out back, car 45, John Strobel, and 01, Jerry Buck. You know, we talk oftentimes about drivers breaking out, and apparently both Strobel and Buck not really satisfied with their qualifying time, so they want to see what they can do, and we'll try to, we have officials up here that will try to get a clock on them throughout the course of this event. We're ready to race. 8 laps for the Limited Sportsman second heat race. And Abram and Baker lead him out. Better start. Abram now waiting for the second turn to push up. Early off turn number 2. Abram keeps it under control but loses about 3 spots. Paul Baker Jr. leads that number 1. Bill Hundley holds that inside line. Brett Oakley looking for a way around. Also Bobby Allensworth, Jimmy Kidd in hot pursuit. 2 laps in the record books, this time by start finish. Hundley, Oakley, Allensworth, and Kidd. Oakley with only his 3rd appearance in 1995 at Columbus Motor Speedway. Oakley has not given up on that second groove yet. Again, hard into turn number 3. Brett Oakley in car 4 working that outside groove. Halfway through the Oakley's hard work begins to pay off as he now moves up on your race leader, Paul Baker Jr. Baker and Oakley, your 2 leaders. Third still is Bill Hundley. 4th, Jimmy Kidd. They'll complete lap number 6. 2 circuits remain. Again, Oakley slips high in turns 1 and 2, loses a lot of ground. A white flag this time. Oakley sees the white flag, gives her a little extra something down into turn 1. Now into 3 with Baker out front. His first heat race win this season, Paul Baker Jr. Second is Oakley, 3rd, Bill Hundley. 4th comes to Jimmy Kidd, and 5th, Bobby Allensworth. Your winner, Paul Baker Jr. Supporters of Baker's racing habit include Central Ohio Engines, G&W Towing, Topman Transmission, East Bank, Wired to the Max Company, All City Auto Wrecking. Derby give you the lineup for tonight's Trophy Dash. Starting first in car number 98, his first appearance in 1995 at the Speedway, Mike Denny, alongside in car 61 out of Urbana, Ohio. An all-new right side on that car got damaged last week in a accident at a local speedway. Mike Ward happens often over at that speedway. Second row in car 26, it's Bill Cantley, your second fast qualifier, and on the tail, fast qualifier tonight, setting a new track record, 13.745 the qualifying time, Gary Carter. All right, 4 laps, your late model NASCAR wins the race. Mike Denny, and uncharacteristic, good qualifying time. Both he and Mike Ward sideways in 1 and 2. Everybody comes through it. Now Denny and Mike Ward get together off of down in turn number 3. Also, Bill Cantley with a spin. Cantley didn't want to have to change gears. He thought he could spin around there and leave it 4th gear and keep going.
Hey, if the fans like it. How often do you get to see a grassy burnout? Come once again. We're getting ready to roll Mike Denny up there in the number 1 spot. They cross the line, and this time Ward trying to make it into the first corner with the lead. Denny coming back on the low side by side, door handle to door handle. They go into turn number 3, and they're going to run out of room again. Mike Denny loops it around. Somehow Mike Ward hanging on. And these guys are absolutely going all out. And I don't think I remember a dash here so far this season where they run so hard. You have to understand, of course, that they want to run the cars hard. They want to test them to make sure they're going to hold up. But at the same time, and Mike Ward, once again, a little bit loose down the front straightaway. Ward loose as he comes out of 2. Cantley on the outside trying to make up the ground. Carter right in there with them. They go in side by side, turn number 3. Mike Ward holding it down. Ward's got the low track. Cantley up on the high side. Going to try to take the spot away as they head down the back straightaway. They are still side by side racing just the way they started. Here they come into turn number 3. Now Mike Ward and Cantley come down. Ward on the low side. Cantley on the high side. In the back row, you've got Denny and Carter. Now they go a little single file as Cantley dropping right in underneath Ward. Cantley literally on the tail end of Mike Ward. Comes out. We've got 1 more left to go. Mike Ward trying to hold on. Bill Cantley trying to get him on the low side. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Mike Ward holding on. Cantley bobbles. That lets Carter come around to fight for the number 2 spot. Here they come down the front. Gary Carter, Bill Cantley, Mike Denny, and that was a wild one. Man, you talk about racing action. It is no closer than that anywhere in the world. And a great job, ladies and gentlemen. He's your defending late model champion here at Columbus Motor Speedway. How about a big round of applause? Here he is, Mike Ward. Talaferro Enterprise Fast Racing, some of the sponsors on board the 61 car, and he'll go the victory lap.
Really strange chassis dynamics and different stuff, some high-tech ideas and different things that they're wanting to try out. It'll be interesting to watch the development of on Carlton Smith's car number 19. Just about ready to roll. Racing Series late model feature. Late model heat race. Heat race number 1, of course it is. Ron Freeman trying to out-drag Bob Miner into turn 3. He does so. Freeman's your leader. Up to second spot in 21. That's Mike Carroll. Miner now trying to deal with Larry Harris for the 3rd position. And Harris now is 3rd. Again, your leader, Ron Freebus. Down the backstretch, Freebus with 36 years of racing experience here at the Speedway. Carroll trying hard to catch up, but he can't quite keep pace. Larry Harris 3rd, now up to 4th on the adjustment. They'll get the halfway cross flag signal this time. Freebus with 3 previous heat race victories in 1995. Leads Carroll, Stetson, and now Kevin Miller Hill. The Humphreys Engine Services car number 90 continues to face the field. See Kevin Miller trying to make a move on Tommy Simpson for the 4th place. Now Carroll closes in just a bit. It's his first appearance here at the Speedway of 1995. White flag this time. Back bumper down into turn number 1. Almost contact off the 2nd turn. Carroll tries to slip inside of Freebus, but nothing's doing. It's Ron Freebus your winner. Mike Carroll, Larry Harris, Tommy Simpson, and Kevin Miller. His 4th heat race triumph of 1995. It's Ron Freebus.
Earlier on the night when I was back in the pit area talking to Ron Freebus, he was standing there eyeing up the midgets as they were getting ready to go out to qualify. I asked Ron if he would ever like to crawl on one of those little critters with the open wheels, and surprisingly enough, Jeff, he said, yeah, I think I'd really like to give one of those a try someday.
Freebus, of course, used to drive the old Papa Joe's Pizza back then. Car here at the Speedway years and years and years ago. Beside him in 6th out of Galloway, Ohio, Jerry Mitchell. Row number 2 consists of 59 Burgess White and 0. That's Donnie Zero Hill. In the 3rd row, car number 1, Terry Humphrey, and 91, Scott Drake. Then comes 99, Jim Cruz. And rounding out this heat race, car 92, Donnie Renner. 6 Series late model heat race. Simpson and Mitchell lead him around. Mike Simpson with the advantage, but Mitchell drives hard into turn number 3. They'll run side by side. 3rd. Falls into the 4th spot. Jim Cruz up to 5th. Mitchell looking for that 2nd groove. Relapse for that. Now Zero Hill. Camaro off the pace. Jim Cruz up to 3rd. Meantime, a battle at the front as Jerry Mitchell works the outside of Mike Simpson. Simpson's car picked up a big-time miss. Car 16 with an engine problem. Jim Cruz started 8th. He is up to 3rd. halfway this time. Simpson's miss seems to have gone away at this point. UC Cruz overhaul Simpson. That car missing down the straightaway. Mitchell, your leader. Now Jim Cruz sets his sights on the leader as they traverse turn 4. Mitchell, a two-time feature winner this season. Cruz with a lone feature win. 1 lap to go in this heat race. Burgess White now runs third. Fourth is Terry Humphrey. Your winner will be Jerry Mitchell. Jim Cruz is second. Third, Burgess White. And fourth goes to Terry Humphrey. So from Galloway, Ohio, his second heat race win of the 1995 racing season. Jerry Mitchell, he forgoes the victory lap. And now the lineup for tonight's third late model heat race. Car number 81 starts first from Millersport, Ohio, Don Whitnall. Alongside in 86, that is Skip Thornton. And the second row, 13, Jerry Jones, and 39, Randy Maynard Jr. Then comes car 94, Robbie Dean. Car 23, that's Bobby Bocook. And car number 9, requesting the tail in this event, the driver is Danny Eves.
Jeff, that was another car that was doing some work back in the pit area before. They were under the car changing shocks on the front right side of that race car, and a lot of guys trying to fight to gain handling here tonight. Saw an awful lot of gear changing going on in the rear ends of these cars as well. So tonight, as we said, don't know if it was heat, mid-season, what was the cause, but an awful lot of guys making some pretty major changes back there. Don Whitnall leads him down the back straightaway nice and tight now on the outside of him once again. Skip Thornton, side by side they head down. Ready to roll out of turn number 3. Starter looks them over as they come out of 4. Green flag. Immediately Whitnall in 81 takes the lead down the back straightaway. Thornton in the number 2 spot. Jones trying to hold on to third, but Maynard on the outside of him in a hurry. Maynard now. Last week's feature winner, Robbie Dean, looking for a way around in that outside group as well. Little contact between Maynard and Jones happening on the back chute, but everybody able to sort it out and keep it rolling. They come across the line. That time is down Whitnall, stretching out just a little bit. Skip Thornton trying to hold on. The big bird comes under Jones. And Robbie Dean now. Fast boys doing just that. Don Whitnall showing them the quickest way around. Skip Thornton unable to close much ground. Randy Maynard, however, closing in on him.
Bobby Bocook with trouble on board car 23. Pulls it into the infield, halfway this time.
And as halfway goes across the number 2 spot. Maynard trying to find the Skip trying to hold on the outside. Thornton at 86 and Maynard making just a little bit of contact. And 94, Robbie Dean goes to the outside, and he says we're going to make it a 3-car battle for the number 2 spot. Maynard, Robbie Dean all battle, all trying to find a way around Skip Thornton. Down the back straightaway they go. Maynard now going to the high side. Dean coming down to the low side. Thornton still trying to hold him up. See Thornton there slawing that wheel back and forth, doing everything he can to hold on to that number 2 position. Maynard on the outside tries him again high in turn number 3. Whitnall brings him across. Robbie Dean low, Maynard high. The battle for second still wages. Out in front, Don Whitnall with the big lead. Going to see the white flag signifying 1 lap to go. Look at the battle for the number 2 spot. Bumper to bumper, wheel to wheel racing. Randy Maynard up on the outside of Thornton. Robbie Dean trying down on the low side for the final time down the back straightaway. Out of turn number 4, your leader Don Whitnall looks at the checker flag. He takes the win, but who's it going to be for the number 2? Dean tries low. Not enough time. Thornton hangs on for the number 2, and then once again, just like we had last week, we're going to let the scorers figure that one out.
A very close finish for the 3rd position.
Ladies and gentlemen, there comes your winner. Come on, make some noise for him. In car number 81, Don Whitnall.
Mike Schuyler, and 46 Indianapolis Ted Hines. 44th row, the 99 of Eddie Legg out of Anderson, and scratch from this event the 18 of BJ Manson. Once again, I believe the 18 will scratch from this event. Motor troubles again for BJ Manson. They're struggling with that motor. They'd like to find a new motor. Unfortunately, the team not able to come up with the funds thus far to put together a new motor. They'd like to thank their sponsors, Columbus Electric Sales. Bill's Sign Company and B&M Computer Systems for their support, but unfortunately they won't get to see BJ Manson compete in tonight's last chance event as motor troubles plague the 18 car once again. Continuing with the lineup, 5th row, 6, Todd Sears out of Middletown, and 47, Tommy Johnson Jr. 6th row, 8, Sarah McCune, Lady Racer, and out back, the 4M, Jay Mason. Jay Mason struggling with motor troubles also on the 4 car, keeps loading up with fuel on restarts, and he doesn't want to be at the head of the pack and cause a big accident, so Jay Mason will start out back.
5 transfer. How many transfer?
We start the hooligan race straight up. Fastest cars in the front, so Jay Drake will start up front. Verde, California, he calls home. The field now under the controls of Jay Drake in turn 3. Slow through 4. Now they pick up the throttle. Green Racing. Drake holds the line down the backstretch. He'll take over command. Here comes Matt Sandy on the outside for the 4th spot. The 46 car now into 4th place. That's Ted Hines. They're struggling with steering problems on that machine. They seem to have sorted him out just a little bit, but he gets loose in 4th. Right now, 4M, Jay Mason out of a transfer spot. Sarah McCune holds the 10th and final one. The battle back now for 8th. Todd Sears on the bottom. Eddie Legg out top. Side by side. Now Sears with a slight advantage into 3. Ted Hines in the 46 car continues to improve as he now sets his sights on John Lucas. He gets a good run into 3 down. Into 4. He's got the measure. At the line, still Lucas. Hines charges up down the backstretch. The battle for 3rd continues to rage on. Your leader halfway. It's still Jay Drake. Tom Fedorczyk. Now the battle down the backstretch continues for 3rd. Good racing back there. Lucas with a slight horsepower advantage. Hines trying to find a way with the handle. Down the backstretch, you see Lucas pulling advantage. Now going into the turn, here comes down low. Look at a diamond move. Great move by Ted Hines, and he gets the nose up under and takes over the 3rd spot.
The Newcastle, Indiana driver now runs 3rd. Meantime, your Californian is way out front. That's Jay Drake. Bonorsic runs second. Hines third. Fourth is John Lucas.
Fifth, Mike Schuyler. Sixth, now on contention. Matt Sandy takes over the sixth spot. Todd Sears back to seventh. Eddie Legg in eighth. Ninth, Sarah McHugh. And your 10th and final transfer spot, white flag for Jay Drake, Tommy Johnson Jr. Down the backstretch now into turn 4. Here comes your winner semi-event, Jay Drake. Second, Tom Bonorsic. Third, Ted Hines. And fourth, John Lucas.
We talked earlier about Jay Drake, the Western States TQ champion from Valverde, California. And they talked about not having much pavement experience. Most of the racing action, or a lot of the racing action in California, on dirt. But it looks like
93 going to bring up the next row. That's Jamie Hunt. And at the back of the pack, the fast man once again for the evening. Car number 17, Steve Tuttle. It'll be 4 cars, 4 laps, street stock style, the Wild and Woolly Bunch street stock division. And if you're interested possibly in getting into racing, this is a great division to break into. The qualifying and features are where the points are awarded. Dave Dysinger leads him around the flag and looks him over. Jim Paul sees him out of turn number 4, and he waves the green flag. We're off and underway. Paul now sends him down into turn number 1, and Dave Dysinger responds, trying to hold on to that lead. Brown on the outside of him, gives some room. Jamie Hunt up the challenge. These are the guys running 1 and 2 in the point battle, and that's how they're running on the racetrack. Dysinger leads Hunt around. It's Jamie Hunt trying to challenge down on the outside. Steve Tuttle in 17 right behind him. As you can see, Dale Brown with some problems on board the number 1 car. He'll drop it down the infield and wait for the end of the race. So we've got 3 laps left, and we got 3 cars battling for it. As Dysinger comes down on the low side, Jamie Hunt once again to the top, trying to take the groove away. On the inside, car number 17, Steve Tuttle, trying to figure out which way to go. Jamie Hunt way up high now, has just about a bumper lead over Dysinger as they come out of turn number 4. Dysinger comes back on the low side. They've all got their foot to the floor. Steve Tuttle looked down the low side of Dysinger, but cooler heads prevailed and backed out of that one for the final time. They go down the back straightaway. Who's it going to be? Can Jamie Hunt do it? Can Dysinger hold on? Here they come through turn number 3, now out of 4, side by side, wheel to wheel. They come down the front straightaway. The win goes to one of those 2 cars is who it goes to. As we look at the official scores, because we don't call them when they're that close, and everybody up here conferred.
it was heads, wasn't it?
The winner, car number 93, Jamie Hunt, by literally, well, not inches, centimeters. There he is, Jamie Hunt. How about a round of applause for Dave Dysinger, Steve Tuttle as well. Man, they did a great job. Dave with a wave up here to the fans is that's action as good as you're going to find.
I think he was shaking his fist at the score.
No. Dave wouldn't do that. Kind of get it together here. Looks like Russ Harper on the pole. Car number 2, J.R. Groves. 34, Lamer, going to be on the inside. Then the 49 car, Bobby Atkins, going to be on the outside of row number 2. Looks like the 71 of Scott Huffman, going to be on the outside of the 3rd row. John Alshire in 69 pulls in to get in his starting spot on the inside. Don Holland is car number 79. Car 8 is Bubba Parsons. We've got Sean Gray back here in the 91.
Richard Weaver, 57.
Richard Weaver, the 57 car. And looks like we missed Rotowald in car number 11.
And we've got 8 laps to go. 8 laps for the first street stock heat race. 8 laps, the NASCAR Winston Racing Series street stock heat race. J.R. Groves with about a half a car length lead on Russ Harper. Harper now forges back ahead on the front stretch. Russ tasted victory for the first time ever here last Saturday night in a heat race. He's looking for a second heat race win tonight. Gary Lamer now up to second. John Aylshire moves into third. Now Aylshire goes after Lamer down the backstretch. They'll complete lap number 3 this time. Lamer has not given up that second spot, although Aylshire now begins to pull away. He'll go after your leader down the back straightaway. Lamer's third, fourth, car 79 Don Holland. But now Bubba Parsons is on the move in the 8 ball. It's still Russ Harper, John Aylshire, Gary Lamer. Close battle between Don Holland and Bubba Parsons. Now Aylshire's had enough of follow the leader. He'll challenge Russ Harper down in turn number 3. Aylshire wheel to wheel with Russ Harper. Now he'll come down, squeezes down in front of Russ. White flag, Aylshire your leader. Harper still holds down the runner-up spot, but Bubba Parsons is going to try to change that. And your winner, John Aylshire. Second is Bubba Parsons, third Russ Harper, fourth Sean Gray, and fifth Gary Lamer. I stand corrected, official scoring. It was close for second. Official scoring had Russ Harper finishing second. Again, your winner, Aylshire, his third heat race victory of the 1995 racing season. The second heat race in the street stock division. On the pole with the Barry's Fabrication and Welding Camaro of Randy Tharp. Alongside in 26 is Scott Stevens. The third row, by the way, the third row, Rob Martin in car 24. You see the black line through Rob's number there. That Rob dedicating the his racing night tonight to the officer who lost his life after the red, white boom incident, Keith Evans. So Rob Martin dedicating tonight's racing, his race tonight, to that gentleman. Outside of row number 2, that's, I know who that is. That's Jimmy Romans. Tom Bond starts 5th in this event inside of third row. Beside him, that's 43, Mike Schweier. Then comes Jim Hersey in 31, 00, Ron Magus. The car number 4, Buddy Townsend. 18, Bo Davis. And Heavy Hill in car number 17. 8 circuits await the street stock second heat event. Alright, green is out. Your leader, Tharp, got a big jump off that 4th turn, but I'm not surprised to see the caution on the backstretch of false starts. Again, Tharp with the jump, but Stevens unable to keep pace. Moving up to second is Rob Martin. Now alongside of Scott Stevens. Meantime, Martin almost missed the fourth turn. Okay, everybody behind him can now breathe. Martin continues to have his hands full with car 24. Randy Tharp's checking out 47. That's Jimmy Roman's third. Now Mike Schweier sideways in turn number 2. Looks as though Tharp's the only car that's really got a handle on this heat race. Tharp is winless in heat race action this season, looking for his first. It's still Martin, your runner-up, and he's getting some heavy heat from Scott Stevens and Jimmy Roman. That's Tom Bond up in that 5th spot, car 52. Way out front. Second spot is still Rob Martin. Third being held by Scott Stevens. White flag this time. A real jumble for that 3rd through 28th position. And with his first heat race win of 1995, Randy Tharp. Second goes to Rob Martin. Third, I believe, was Scott Stevens. And 4th, Tom Bond. So some wild action back in the pack. But Randy Tharp makes a lapper out of it and carries off the checkered flag tonight in the 2nd street stock heat race. Car is sponsored by Cherry River Cargo, Whitehall Custom Car Wash, Eddie's Glass, Massey's Pizza, Hydrotech Foundations, Aetna Battery, Williams Service Center, Barry Fabrication and Welding, and Steer and Gear. Fans, when making that breakfast purchase for you or your family, please remember Kellogg's and make it a part of your NASCAR lifestyle. And remember to look for special Kellogg's collector boxes featuring Terry Labonte, Dale Earnhardt, and Jeff Gordon at area supermarkets. So we've got a 8-lap late model last chance event with 4 cars transferring into the feature race. Top 4 finishers. Here's your lineup from Centerville, Ohio on the front row. Number 19, that's Carlton Smith. Alongside in 47, out of Columbus, Larry Harris. In row number 2, car 82, Tommy Simpson. Alongside in 28, that is Gary Brenner. In row number 3, the car number 21, he's from Springfield, Ohio, Mike Carroll. Beside Carroll in 90, Ron Priebus. And on the tail in car 44, Bob Miner. So these the 7 cars that qualified outside of the top 20 positions. 21st through 27th qualifiers on the racetrack. Only the first 4 move into tonight's feature event. Larry Harris trying to snag the lead away from Carlton Smith. The Centerville drivers having none of it. Tommy Simpson runs 3rd. Remember, 4th place. Carlton Smith. Off the base is Mike Carroll. He is out. So Gary Brenner, at this point, your final transfer car. Harris and Smith go at it. Down in turn number 4. Larry Harris takes over down the backstretch. Five laps are down, 3 remain. It's Larry Harris, Carlton Smith, Tommy Simpson, Gary Brenner, but Ron Priebus is trying to make his way into the feature. White flag this time. Larry and the winner, Larry Harris. Second. Third, Tommy Simpson. Fourth, Gary Brenner, your final transfer car. Finishing 5th. 1 spot too far back is Ron Priebus, and 6th, Bob Miner. So there's your final 4 starters for tonight's 35-lap NASCAR Winston Racing Series late model feature events. Down to visit the refreshment station.
Well, that one side is you have to pick one or the other. That'd be a hard thing to do. Somebody leave it. If I walk by a car and see a baby, I don't feel the baby, I just thought the wind stuff. They call.
Starting lineup. On the pole, Jay Drake. Outside, 95, Jimmy McCune. The 0 of Larry Gibson starts inside of row 2 and outside, 66, Mel Kenyon. Right here in the 3rd row. On the inside, 62, Ryan Newman. Outside, 21S, Don Schilling. Inside of row 4, 56, J.R. Armstrong. Outside 5, fast timer Mike Fedorchak. 5th row, 51, Jim Hettinger in the 2 of Bill Luce. 6th row, Tom Fedorczyk, and outside, John Lucas. Inside of row 7, Danger Dave Baumgartner. Outside, Matt Sende. Row 8, Mike Schuyler in the 10 and outside, ESPN veteran Ted Hines. Row 9, Eddie Legg out of Anderson, and outside, Ruggie Todd Sears. Row 10, Tommy Johnson Jr. and the lady, Sarah McCune. And out back, the 4M, Jay Mason. Cars are now being fired. I'm going to get off the speedway quickly. We're ready to go. There it is, almost ready. Everybody formed up 4 abreast. Hey, all the way down in turn 4 and all the way down into turn 1. Everybody up on your feet. Grab your hats, grab your hankies, grab your souvenir magazine, grab whatever you can get your hands on and wave it now. Drivers waving back at you. Our NAMARS salute to you, the race fan.
Larry Gibson and Mel Kenyon are in the 2nd row. 30 laps, the NAMARS Auto Value Midget Series. Jay Drake Drake trying to fend off Jimmy McCune through turns 1 and 2. McCune with the advantage down the backstretch, but Drake moves sideways into turn 3, trying to keep that inside group. Drake and McCune slugging it out for that top spot. That's Mel Kenyon outside of Drake. Now McCune takes control.
Here comes Hetcher on the outside. Newman thinks about sticking 3 weeks. Instead, he backs out. And he'll maintain the 6th starting spot.
McCune trying to hold off his mentor, Mel Kenyon. Now Don Schilling. Schilling started 6th. He's now 3rd. Kenyon trying to move. Oh, Kenyon and McCune. Bang wheels in turn number 1. And Kenyon takes control. Schilling is 2nd. Jay Drake and McCune go at it for 3rd.
McCune hung outside on high tires. He'll probably slide back a few more spots. Jay Drake with the measure underneath. Here comes Jim Hetcher and Mike Fedorchak. They'll challenge next.
6 laps by start this time. 6 complete this time by. Looks like the man on the move in the Munchkin is Mike Fedorchak. Fedorchak moves around McCune. He'll run 4th down the front stretch.
Now he takes to the outside of Jay Drake. They battle through 1 and 2. Down the backstretch, Fedorchak on the move. Bad tires, and now they make contact. Sideways is Fedorchak. They'll straighten him out now down the front stretch.
A whole lot of wheel banging going on out there.
Change for the lead. Don Schilling up in front of Mel Kenyon.
Now Fedorchak underneath the veteran. Kenyon slams the door in turn 1.
Mel Kenyon a little loose. Mike Fedorchak wants the low line with that car. It'll be a battle.
Your point leader begins to pull away. Now Fedorchak all the way inside of Kenyon. He takes over 2nd. He'll go after Schilling on the backstretch.
Good battles all around the Speedway. Back for about 12 spots. Baumgartner, Lucas on the charge.
There comes the Munchkin. Mike Fedorchak closing on your leader, Don Schilling.
Jay Mason gets the move over flag. He drops to the inside. Schilling quickly around high. Battle for 3rd now. It's Jay Drake and Mel Kenyon. Drake with the inside advantage coming up with a lap car. What's going to happen here? Drake backs out.
Now we see Ryan Newman racing with Jim Hetcher back there for 6th spot. Also, J.R. Armstrong joins the fray back there on the backstretch.
Drake with the wheel up under Mel Kenyon takes over 3rd spot.
And we got Dave Baumgartner hard into the 3rd wall. The right front tire has been eliminated. We're not sure what caused that incident. Didn't catch that one down there.
John Lucas, the other car involved in the 23 machine, down on the inside. Dave moving around about in the cockpit. He's going to jump out, so it looks like both drivers are going to be A-OK.
We've got Don Schilling from Ypsilanti, Michigan, your leader. 2nd is Fedorchak from Fort Wayne, Indiana. 3rd, Mel Kenyon from Lafayette, Indiana. 4th from Valverde, California, Jay Drake. And 5th, Jimmy McCune. Sylvania, Ohio driver. 13 laps complete.
Schilling off the pace into 1 and 2. Don't know what's wrong with the 21S car, but he's back to 4th, now 5th position in a big hurry. 3 deep through 3 and 4. Hang on.
Schilling looking for a place to get out of the way. That car is off the pace. Mike Fedorchak, your leader. Mel Kenyon is 2nd. Jay Drake 3rd. Jimmy McCune 4th, but look to on the outside. It's J.R. Armstrong on the move. Halfway.
Armstrong came on very tough at the end of his heat race after 5 laps. So he's coming on strong now in the feature. Schilling to the infield. Unfortunately, your leader at the current time into the infield.
Armstrong continues to use that outside groove. He gets around Jay Drake. with Mel Kenyon ahead. Meantime, Fedorchik is checking out.
The battle for 6 continues to rage between Hedinger, Kuhn, Newman, and Gibson. Those 4 cars battling strong.
Now Hedinger to the inside of Drake. Hedinger takes over 4th spot.
Does Jimmy McCune learn a little something from that pass and now make the same move down the backstretch? He can't. Now the battle focuses on 2nd. To the outside comes J.R. Armstrong.
Armstrong with his best run ever here at the Speedway. Looking to the outside of Mel Kenyon.
Tom Fedorchik to the infield as the battle for 2nd continues into turns 1 and 2. It's Kenyon down low. Armstrong up high. Fedorchik with a commanding lead.
10 laps to go this time. Make that 9 laps to go.
Armstrong not finding the way around Mel Kenyon out high. Now he looks down low. Kenyon getting a little loose out of 4. Larry Gibson charges around the outside of Ryan Newman. Now he sets his sights on Jimmy McCune. 6th spot now, the control of Larry Gibson.
Fedorchik about to encounter lap traffic. 6 circuits remain. The blue number 5, Mike Fedorchik, way out front. Fedorchik threads the needle down into turn number 1 through the lap traffic.
Tommy Johnson doing a nice job of getting out of the way of your leader.
Now Kenyon with some breathing room over J.R. Armstrong.
Off the pace, Jimmy McCune down low. Both cars go riding live on the outside. McCune off the pace. So your 6th place runner now off the pace, Jimmy McCune. And he'll continue to slide backwards. Now Sarah McCune, it's a McCune family thing as they both are off the pace. McCune to the infield, Sarah and Jimmy down the backstretch.
A white flag this time. Off the 4th turn, the blue line. Mike Fedorchik. Good battle back there for 2nd spot as Kenyon tries to thread the needle in lap traffic.
Wow.
Here's your winner, Mike Fedorchik. 2nd will go to Mel Kenyon. 3rd is J.R. Armstrong. Drake finishes 4th. And 5th, let's see, that'll be Jimmy Hedinger. 6th goes to Larry Gibson. 7th, I believe, was Ryan Newman. So let's hear it for all of the NAMARS Auto Value Midget drivers tonight. A great show here at Columbus Motor Speedway on Kellogg's Jiffy Lube Night at the Races.
How about Mel Kenyon threading the needle in lap traffic there? What a move. And this young man still showing the way around the short tracks throughout the Midwest.
This young man bought his first midget ever from the Knuckles family way back in probably 1978 or 79. And came over here, picked it up, and took it home. So we'll go down to Bob Neubauer with your winner. Go ahead, Bob.
Well, Mike going up on top of the car to tell the fans, hey, this is a feature win that he was happy about tonight here at Columbus Motor Speedway. Mike. A lot of you, we were talking before the race, I used to announce this guy when he drove super modified years ago, and then you went out and built a little car that a lot of people might remember. What was the nickname of it?
Well, they call it the Munchkin.
The way you were running tonight, you ought to call this one the Muncher. You were just out and flying away from everybody.
I tell you, it feels great. It's really close competition with all these guys, especially the guys coming in from USAC, and you just can't find a better group of guys to run with, I'll tell you. And the Munchkin was flying tonight.
I got to ask you, I know you're not from Columbus, Ohio, but you got some friends and people here tonight too supporting you, don't you?
Actually, we're staying with my wife's brother this evening, so it's kind of a little present for them, I guess.
Who's the youngster here?
This would be Emma.
Well, she's down here smiling and looking. Ladies and gentlemen, he did a job tonight. How about a big round of applause? Your feature winner in the midget, Mike Fedorchik.
You know, Mike Fedorchik's on the pole in car number 22 from Columbus, Ohio, the 1994 Street Stock Track Champion. It's Donald Parsons. Outside of row number 1 in 27, the Cup Patrol entry. The driver is Jimmy McCulley. In the second row, car 66. A heat race winner earlier this evening, Paul Baker Jr. And alongside in car number 8, Tom Abram. The third row consists of car number 30, Bill Hundley, and car 20, Mike Brown. In the fourth row, inside car 08, the 08 of Randy Sward, and car 4, Brett Oakley. Then comes 36. That's Bobby Allensworth, and 25, Jimmy Kidd. Car number 2 is next, Don Gregory Jr., and 45 in that row with him, John Strobel. Then comes, 86, Mike Holland. 01. 01 is next. That is Jerry Buck. 29 is driven by Bobby Justice. Then 13, your fast qualifier, starting in the 16th spot, is Jerry Jones. Jones with his work cut out for him tonight. Tom Idle is next in car 35. Then car number 3, the driver... that must be an error. We got, Idle, and then Herb Pennington in 89. Car number 12 is Tracy Brickner. 06 is driven by Jeff Loudermilk. 5 is Bob Gruball. Car number 10, a driver change in that car. That's Danny Eves. Who did we miss? Arnold Scott is in 74, and Ron Holbein Jr. in car number 3. He lead the field around. The leader is Donald Parsons. Running second, Jimmy McCulley. Third is Paul Baker Jr. Now Baker moves everything underneath. Still your leader, Donald Parsons. Second spot is Paul Baker Jr. We see Ron Holbein off the track on the backstretch. Also off the pace is John Strobel. Tough break for John Strobel in the infield. Donald Parsons leaking fuel. He has been disqualified. Now taking over the lead, Randy Sward. Randy Sward, your new leader. So again, leaking fuel from car 22, the reason for his disqualification. So it's Randy Sward out front, Bobby Allensworth second. Third place, Don Gregory Jr. And we got a spin in turn number 2. Remain. Randy Sward leads Bobby Allensworth. Third place is Don Gregory Jr. Fourth, Bill Hundley. Fifth, Mike Holland. Sixth is Jimmy Kidd. Mike Brown is seventh. Jerry Buck, eighth. So just a quick briefing on the proper procedure. It started, picks up the pace, and we're back to racing. Immediately, Don Gregory Jr. goes to the outside of second place, Bobby Allensworth. Good battles back in the pack. Mike Holland trying to move around Bill Hundley. Also, Jerry Buck and Jerry Jones go beneath Mike Brown. Allensworth dogs your leader down into turn number 3. Gregory runs third. Holland and Hundley slug it out for the fourth position. They'll complete lap number 10 this time. And now Mike Holland in sole possession of fourth spot. And Holland's pass will not stand as caution flies for Tom Abram in turn number 4. Randy Sword, Bobby Allensworth, Don Gregory Jr., Mike Holland, Bill Hundley, Jimmy Kidd, Jerry Buck, Jerry Jones, Mike Brown, and Brett Oakley. Jimmy Kidd working on the outside of Bill Hundley. Fifth spot at stake. And Jimmy Kidd makes the pass. Jim Kidd runs fifth. Jerry Buck now trying to work around Hundley for the 6th position. And Jeff Loudermilk with a spin down in the 4th turn. Also Arnold Scott spins after the fact. Sword, Allensworth, and Gregory Jr., your top 3 cars. 12 laps complete. Gregory now trying to make a move on the outside of Bobby Allensworth. Gregory continues to work in that second group. second. Now Mike Holland and Jimmy Kidd join the fray. And Mike Holland takes over third position. Holland now, he'll go after Allensworth off the fourth turn. The lap car of Herb Pennington ahead for Randy Sword. And we got a crash on the backtrack. Jerry Jones in car 13. Also back there we see Mike Brown involved in car 20. And a late comer to the party was Tom Abram in car 8. He spun and collected Jerry Jones. The good news is that all the drivers are A-OK. Sword back up to racing speed. The green is out. We're racing. Mike Holland quickly into that outside groove. He'll go after Allensworth down the front stretch. Now Holland has to fend off Don Gregory Jr. Gregory inside of Mike Holland. 'Kid takes over fourth spot, right behind Don Gregory Jr. It's still Randy Sword, Bobby Allensworth, Don Gregory Jr., Jimmy Kidd, and Mike Holland, your top five. Sixth spot is up for grabs between Bill Hundley and Brett Oakley. Five laps to go this time. Bobby Justice back up to sixth spot, and Bill Hundley's off the pace in car 30. Randy Sword to the outside of the lap car, Herb Pennington, through turns 3 and 4. Sword still your leader. Continues to pressure second place man Bobby Allensworth. The white flag this time for Randy Sword. Allensworth spins off Gregory down the backstretch. Kidd runs fourth. Your winner, his second win of the season on Kellogg, Jimmy Luke Knight, Randy Sword. Second is Allensworth. Third, Don Gregory Jr. Fourth goes to Jimmy Kidd. And fifth, Mike Holland. So Sword started 7th in this 30-lapper and comes home with the win, his second victory of the 1995 racing season. Sword's 1995 Monte Carlo, sponsored by Mingles Nightclub, Beechwood Barbershop, Crafts Body Shop, Jeff Johnson Snap-on Tools, Blasio's International Auto Service, Central State Window, Shannon's Pub, and Jeff Johnson Snap-on Tools. As soon as I have one available. Meantime, we'll go down to trackside to Bob Neubauer. Go ahead, Bob.
So he's slowly climbing out of this car in his heat and a little bit of sweat, but he'll take the win and a smiling face right now as he gets out and gets into some air. Randy, we'll give you that flag back. You had him covered tonight all the way, but they were right there behind you.
Yeah, I felt it back here. I knew I could hear that noise, you know. That's the whole part of it. Just thank my owner here, Stevie. He's done a great job on his race car.
Seemed like you had it set up tonight the way you wanted. It was going where you want it, when you want it.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was a little loose, but it wasn't too bad. But it was fast.
Want to plug any sponsors real quick?
Yeah, I'd like to give a real special thanks to O'Malley's Lounge. They helped us out when it crashed. And those folks are great. They really helped us out a lot.
Ladies and gentlemen, your feature winner, number 2, Randy Sword.
Sword down there in victory lane. And your lineup goes a little bit like this. Starting first in car number 9, it's Danny Eves. Eves in 9, outside in 86, Skip Thornton. Row 2 in car 13, that's Jerry Jones. And 39, Randy Maynard Jr. Row number 3, car 23, Bobby Bocook, and 94, the Big Bird, Robbie Dean. Dean declines the Budget Car Sales Challenge. He will not go after the money tonight. In row number 4, car 98 is Mike Denny, and car number 61, Mike Ward. Then comes 26, Bill Cantley, 25, Gary Carter. Carter, your fast qualifier, new track record tonight. He will automatically qualify tonight to go after the Riverside Auto Parts Quick Time Challenge. Behind Carter in 81 is Don Wetnall. Then we've got 92, Donnie Renner. 91 is Scott Drake. Car number 1, Terry Humphrey. 0, that is Donnie Zero Hill. 59 is Burgess White. Car number 6, Jerry Mitchell. 99, Jim Cruz. 16, Mike Simpson. 29, Kevin Miller. 47 is Larry Harris. 19, driven by Carlton Smith. 82 is Tommy Simpson. And on the tail, 28, Gary Brenner. 24 cars, 35 laps for the NASCAR Winston Racing Series late model feature. The Thunder underway. Thornton and E go at it for the lead. Eves in 9. He's got one feature win in that car. Randy Maynard Jr. trying to get around Jerry Jones for third spot. Ward, Randy Maynard, Robbie Dean. Robbie Dean up to 4th spot. Mike Ward runs 5th. Mike Simpson out in the infield in car 16. Thornton gets some heavy pressure from Randy Maynard. Now Robbie Dean inside of Maynard. And yellow in turn 4. That's Zero Hill. Mike Ward now looking to the outside of the Big Bird. Now Thornton able to keep pace with Danny Eves. And Gary Brenner this time, the spinner in turn number 4. Eves had pulled out to about a 10-car length advantage over Thornton. That, the last time we went green, Thornton was able to keep pace with Eves. Noses it into the concrete. We're back up to speed and racing. Danny Eves, your leader. On the Speedway. The yellow flag is out. Robbie Dean tried to sneak beneath Randy Maynard Jr. on the front stretch, but he couldn't make the pass. This time Larry Harris again spins. He is on the backstretch. Mike Denny off the pace in car 98. Danny Eves brings the field back up to speed. Again. Robbie Dean trying to move on the outside of Randy Maynard Jr. Dean and Ward now going at it for fifth, fourth spot. Kevin Miller and Mike Denny off into the infield. It's still Danny Eves, your leader. Mike Ward now moving on Randy Maynard. Gary Carter runs six. Carter up to sixth spot. Here comes Ward to the outside of Skip Thornton. Thornton trying to hold off Mike Ward. And now Mike Ward, your runner-up. He'll go after Danny Eves. And Danny Eves, an engine explosion on the backstretch. You see the oil streak about halfway down, and Eves is done. Okay, we have a message. Amber Sandler to the pit concession stand, please. Amber Sandler to the pit concession stand. 12 laps remain. Mike Ward, Skip Thornton, Randy Maynard Jr., your top three. Ward the leader, Thornton is second. Robbie Dean pressuring Randy Maynard. Hill, Mike Ward, Skip Thornton, Maynard, Robbie Dean, and Gary Carter, your top 5. Thornton trying to stay close to the Urbana Speedster. Four laps to go, 4 laps. Here comes Thornton. He's putting the pressure on your leader. A white flag this time for Mike Ward. With his 4th win this season from Urbana, Ohio, Mike Ward. So again, Mike Ward, his 4th trip to victory lane here in 1995 in tonight's 35-lap Kellogg Jiffy Lube feature event.
Brought out of the car here, Mike. Got to ask you, a little bit warm in there?
Yeah, it was a whole lot warm. One of my pit crew's wife, she fixed me a water bottle. I'm going to kiss her when she gets back, because I'm racing 2 laps, and all those cautions, they give me a chance to get a drink of water. I don't know if any other guys had it, but I felt for them if they didn't.
You still know your way around here pretty well. You haven't covered it, but track tonight, good, bad with all the oil that was down?
No, it was all right for me. It seemed like all the car was a little pushy, but, you know, just stuck out there and ran it. The only way you're going to go to the front, you got to go outside and go around them. I'd like to thank everybody coming out here tonight. I've been dedicating these races to everybody, but I think tonight's going out to me.
He earns it. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a hand once again for your late model feature winner, Mike Ward.
Again, Mike with that brand new right side sheet metal torn up at a local speedway. Stock feature. Before I tell you that, folks, I want to tell you that the point standings are tied. Gary Carter and Robbie Dean both have 938 points following that feature event. All right, here we go with tonight's feature race. In the street stock division, J.R. Groves and Gary Lamer on the front row. Then comes John Aylshire and Scott Hoffman. See Don Holland and Rick Rodewaltz. Next, then we've got Bubba Parsons, Sean Gray, Randy Tharp, Scott Stevens, Rob Martin, Jimmy Romans, Tom Bond, Mike Schweier, Joe, make that heavy hill, Jim Hersey, Ron Mangus, Buddy Towns, Bo Davis, Dave Dysinger, Dale Brown, Jamie Hunt, Steve Tuttle, and Bobby Atkins. Out I do. 24 cars. They're going at it for 25 laps. out. John Alshire is second, but now and we got Rick Rodewalt and Bubba. Red flag on the speedway, red flag. Hard contact over in turn number 3. You see the 8 ball of Bubba Parsons. Complete. That's Sean Gray, your leader. Squire runs second. Now Schreier putting the pressure on Sean Gray. He gets him sideways in turn 3. And you gotta give Squire the credit. He let Gray get back under control, did not take advantage. But now Mangus to the outside of Schreier. Still Randy Tharp holds down that 4th spot. Up to 5th, and on the move is Bo Davis. Here comes here comes Squire. Again to the inside of Sean Gray. Can't make the pass. Sean Gray, your leader. 10 laps to go. Trying to make the pass on Mike Schreier in that outside groove. Mangus now second. Looks like Schreier's car. Schreier's car slowing, car 43. That gives 3rd spot to Bo Davis. Up to 4th, Steve Tuttle. Now Ron Mangus slips high in turns 1 and 2. Bo Davis is second. Bo Davis closing on your leader. 5 laps remain this time. Oh, Bo Davis to the inside of Sean Gray. Davis almost spins. He's in the infield. Gray keeps going. Now Steve Tuttle. Tuttle started 23rd, and he's up to challenge your leader. Sean Gray has never won a street stock feature at the Speedway. And Steve Tuttle's going to try to make sure he does tonight. Here comes Tuttle on the outside. White flag. This should get exciting. Tuttle still trying to ply his trade. They'll go door to door on the backstretch. It's Tuttle and Gray. Off the fourth turn, it's gonna be close. Steve Tuttle. Sean Gray is second, Ron Mangus third, Jim Hersey fourth, and Heavy Hill fifth. So Tuttle, by virtue of his fast qualifying time and feature win, along with the Jamie Hunt and Dave Dysinger both falling out of the race, Tuttle should make some serious ground in the points battle. Thanks for coming out tonight, folks. Bob Neubauer. Go ahead, Bob.
Well, as you can see, we got a pretty elated Steve Tuttle down here. It's been a rough time trying to find a win, and I think tonight you found it.
Oh, yeah, we've been struggling real bad this year, but hey, first of all, my sponsors here is hugging with me, Jack and everybody, but the big guy down in Kentucky, Morris, we lost his dad a few weeks ago, and Pops, this one's for you.
Hey, you know...
This is for Phil Gusler, too. We wanted to win the night he got hurt, but hey, we got her anyhow.
We got to ask you, in this race, and sometimes it's smarter to lay back a little bit, let the guys kind of clear out in front of you, but you can't wait much longer than you waited tonight.
Well, that's true. The outside groove this year just ain't the way to get around this track, and so I just took my time and just waited and tried to work underneath as much as I could and got the outside when I could.
Well, get up there and get a picture taken. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, your street stock winner, Steve Tuttle.
As we continue looking at the winner's circle ceremonies for Steve Tuttle, the car number 17 street stock winner tonight, I'd like to take this opportunity to remind you that not only does Pennstroke Productions videotape here at Columbus Motor Speedway, but at Killcare Speedway, Killcare Dragway, and Winchester Speedway for Midwest's finest video racing series, Pennstroke Productions. Thank you for purchasing this Pennstroke Productions videotape. I'm Nate Pennington, and we'll see you at the track.
7, 12 mark.